Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. It's May 6th, Tuesday. It's kind of humid here. Not such a nice day. We haven't seen the sun in a while here in the Catskills. Okay, getting right into this. An incredible podcast. I'm finishing up with Jordan Peterson and Michael Shermer. Michael Shermer, the skeptic, right? So the podcast is almost 3 hours long. It's 2 hours and 49 minutes. I actually thought Michael Shermer was a guest on Jordan's Peterson's podcast, but it's the other way around. Michael Shermer has a podcast. Of course, who doesn't? Who doesn't, right? Too many podcasts. But I got to tell you, two of my favorite academics, two of my favorite public intellectuals, Michael Shermer, the skeptic, and Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson's on a roll. I guess he came back into the public eye about a month and a half ago after his terrible battle with depression and Xanax and addiction, the whole thing. He went to the Soviet Union he went into a self-induced coma for a couple of weeks trying to get off Xanax. It was kind of a last hope. So I'm an hour and 38 minutes in. I'll do another video here when I'm done. But I got to tell you, I've learned so much here. They really get into everything: politics, the differences between, Democrats and Republicans and liberals who are open, and Republicans, conservatives are closed, but they're more conscientious. Really interesting stuff. I'll get into more detail in my next video. But for now, watch this.
Like suicide, life and death situations, terrible family circumstances, multiple generations of dense lies, sadism, horrible situations. The only language that ever sufficed was the language of good and evil and religious language, because you get so deep at times into things that, well, that's the language that suffices. And so you laid out the improbabilities, and yes, obviously, and who knows what to make of them. And there is that argument, right? That rationalist argument, the Bayesian argument. But there's something to the story of Christianity that's, well, first of all, absolutely central to our culture. Like the matrix out of which Christianity emerged, even biologically speaking, is the same matrix out of which our notion of intrinsic individual rights emerged. And, that's associated with the idea of the eternal dignity of the soul. And that idea, that's really old, man. And people
I love how he says that. Really old, man.
To separate it from power for centuries. Like you see this happening in Egypt, where, the notion of sovereignty was abstracted away from the holder of the sovereignty, abstracted away from any particular pharaoh. It became a concept in and of itself. Was Osiris and Horus united? Brilliant philosophical conceptualization. And then that was granted to each individual. And that was a process that took thousands and thousands of years of self-analysis and self-discovery. And so, look, that leaves us with the conundrum that you just described. We have this, the easy way out. The easy way out is to say, and it's reasonable to say what you just said, which is, well, these stories, they're a different kind of truth. I think of them as a meta-truth. Like Dostoevsky is more true than history. His books are more true.
This
than
is
history
interesting
because they're distilled. They're like they're
I like what he
averages
says,
of occurrences.
Never happened, but they happen
so
all the time. Listen.
They never happened, but they happen all the time. It's both of those at the same time. And the biblical stories are like that. And they are mysterious in their depth. The story of Cain and Abel,
so
which is
dense.
very short, a paragraph long. It's so dense that you could spend your whole life untangling it, and you'd still find more.
Okay.
And that's probably.
So there you go. One of the best podcasts I've listened to in quite some time. Let's see, it's almost 3 hours. Michael Shermer, the quintessential skeptic, atheist, and then Jordan Peterson, who really is a theist, but not your typical evangelical sort. Okay. All right. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.
Hey, more to come. Actually, I'm just panning out. This is where I do my videos. Beautiful view here in the Catskills. My desk is a little messy here. I got my guitar and stuff. So, raining here in the Catskills, and more to come. The next video I'll have more detail and breaking down with my analysis of Jordan Peterson and Michael Shermer. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding. Tabor Talk.